Okay, I got 2 of those. I got 2 of those, and like,
Okay.
we'll put this in the outtakes.
Oh my word, it'll be great. Hey guys, hope you're having a great day today. We're going to be answering some questions for you guys, and I'm going to have my friend here.
Questions?
Oh,
I like questions.
all right, let's do this.
I just happened to be passing through. I've got some friends here in his town, and we were talking back and forth. I told him where I was. He goes, dude, that's 6 miles from my house. Come say hi. So here I am.
So first question is just going to be, what has been your most favorite experience out on the road?
My most favorite experience. There's several ways to answer that. Moab and Montana are the most beautiful places I've ever gone. My favorite experience, I hauled a van lay trailer. I'm not sure if you've ever seen those, but that was really cool. It looked really good behind the street walker, and I enjoyed it. And really, as far as this job, I've got to meet several of my fans, subscribers, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, right.
I have friends and family, as you're well, we were talking earlier, all over the country. So I get to meet them, and I've met some really great transporters. This guy's all right. And you?
For me, being able to have just the constant flexibility of the job, of being able to be home when I want to be home, when I need to be home, but being able to say, you know what, I need this much money for this payment or whatever it is, and being able to just go and just go make it happen. And for me, I'm more of a homebody. I like to be home more, but being able to travel and see the whole country, that is pretty crazy. Not most people, when they think of traveling, they think they do it one time a year on a vacation. Well, we do it all the time. And so for me, I've been able to see some pretty wild stuff. And over the last 4 years, I just it's been, you can't top this. The last thing I've seen, you can't top this. Well, then I go to another part of the country, and I'm like, oh, but you can. And like, it's just amazing to see the whole country and just how beautiful everything is. So that's probably my favorite thing, being able to go to those places and have that flexibility of just going off and doing what I need to do from time to time. But that's probably my favorite thing about the job. Second question is going to be, what's the worst thing about this job?
Worst thing about this job? That's going to be really hard. As I've told the guys on my channel, that I don't have any complaints. Being away from my family. That's
right.
But as you know, maybe they don't. I've several deployments over in the sandbox, other countries. I did 12 years. My family's used to me being gone, so it's not. This was a good job for me because my family is used to me being gone.
So the transition wasn't that difficult,
right,
for your family and you. Gotcha.
But I would say that's probably the worst part, is knowing that now I'm a civilian and I'm still gone.
And you're still gone. Yeah. For me, as people on my channel have probably seen, the worst thing is the breakdowns. I
haven't gone there yet.
So
we don't say those words in front of her.
We gotta talk really quiet because his truck is listening. So
she's crossed 150,000 now.
So, on the other side of life, my truck has
reality.
My truck has right now I'm at 564, and I've gone through. I could name a whole long laundry list of things that I have replaced. But for me, the most challenging.
Check out his video library for every one of those.
Thank you for the plug. The breakdowns. Each one is new. I've never done truck maintenance before. Before I got into this job, I knew nothing of anything of vehicles. I knew how to, change a tire, and that was it. And so for me, learning these things, because I didn't want to have to pay somebody else to do it. I didn't want to have to go through those things and pay through the nose. And I figured if I'm going to go through it, I just want to learn it myself and then hopefully be able to help other people. So the breakdowns have been the most discouraging or devastating thing on my plate over the last 4 years. At the end of the day, and later on when you're driving down the road again and everything's cool, the wounds get a little healed up better from that. But definitely the breakdown is probably the worst thing when you're sitting on the side of the road with the lights, flashing, and you got your triangles out, and you're just sitting there going, okay. That's probably my least favorite thing.
Probably become my answer in the not too distant future. I give it 2 more years.
And so lastly, the last question is going to be, what has been your scariest situation out on the road as a driver?
I've got 2 of those. The first one was, for those of you familiar with the northwest part of the country, 4th of July Pass in Idaho. It's that up in the little handle right between Montana and Washington. I'm cruising along, actually with that van lay I mentioned. So it's only a $180,000 camper.
Only, okay, only.
It's raining, which isn't that big of a deal. Going up the hill, and then right before the crest, the light's flashing. Ice, ice. I'm like, well, I'm watching the water spray off of my tire. It can't be ice.
Right.
As I crest, the water stops. It's a 7% grade on the other side.
And how fast were you
does
going?
This 60.
Aha. Okay.
And
Okay.
so it's 7% grade, like this, all the way down, and the spray stopped. I went, oh, okay, and I touched the brakes, and nothing happened. Like it didn't even try.
Oh my word!
So I was feathering, put the transmission in manual, downshift,
Right.
trailer brake,
Yeah.
feather, trailer, trailer, keeping the trailer straight, but trying to use all of the braking and the transmission. And I saw the left-hand corner coming. I got into the shoulder, almost into the K-rail, and managed to go around the corner. Thankfully, it was like 4 in the morning.
Oh my word!
So
Wow.
I was able to use all of the lanes and both shoulders. But I made it. And I got to the bottom.
Oh,
and there's
word.
a Maverick truck stop at the bottom. And I very rapidly went inside and utilized the facilities.
Oh my word!
Second one, probably not quite as bad, but pretty close. Elk Mountain, Wyoming, on 80. So I linked up with another transporter, and we took off, and the winds went from 0 to well, it said 75 on the sign, so I would assume it's 75. And we both went, I think we're going to stop. So we pulled into Elk Mountain. We slept there, which was awesome. If you've ever been there, that's a great truck stop. And in the morning, we took off because the winds had stopped. And got on the interstate, and it kind of goes downhill and then up. Right as it leveled out, a big gust of wind came, hit my trailer.
Right in there.
And it was icy, so it just went completely sideways. And I looked in the mirror, and I saw there was no one coming, so I just let it go, and just ever so gently on the wheel, and tapped the trailer brake real light and brought it back around.
Yeah.
What are your experiences?
Well,
that one was just in Montana, so it's not that important.
I think, man, being a defensive driver on the road, as we have to be as transporters, we've probably had thousands of times There's a few that stick out to me. One, I actually shared it in a road stories video that I made quite a while ago. Not many people actually watched it, but it's an older video where I was going underneath a overpass and it was snowing, and there's a semi in the left lane passing me at about 0.1 miles per hour faster than me, and we were approaching this this overpass, and as we were getting to it, there's a guardrail on the outside, and then at that point we were just about dead even, and so essentially we're going underneath the overpass together, and my trailer decides to go. I can't remember now which way it went, but I think it went to the inside, so closer to the semi. And then I'm like, that's a problem. And then it went back to the other side, and literally as we're going underneath this overpass, and there's a minivan quickly speeding up to us. I don't know why. I'm literally facing the semi as the trailer is. I was doing the wiggle worm. I mean, I was literally just doing this next to the semi in the left lane, and I literally I let go of the gas. I was cruise control was not on. Do not keep your cruise control in the wintertime with ice on the road. Don't do that. But foot was on the gas. Let go of the gas. Just kept the steering wheel straight, and essentially just kind of let it kind of work itself out. And as that happened, the semi finally pulled forward, and I was within inches, within a foot at least, of hitting this trailer. And then this minivan comes flying up afterwards. And so it was at that point I see like six cars in the ditch on either side, cop cars all over the place. I'm like, man, I'm so done. I was somewhere in Illinois. I'm so done. I'm gone. I'm the next exit. So I pulled off the next exit, and I went to the bathroom as well, and took care of business. But that, and then one other time, which I think I've blocked out of my mind at this point, but I was in Wyoming. I was going through I can't remember.
Every great story starts. I was in Wyoming on the 80.
I took a shortcut, which those are lies, and those are just lies. I'm just telling you. Took a shortcut. Never been through there in my life before. Through the national park. In the top right corner of Wyoming, or I think it was Wyoming, wherever it was. And so it's one of these little jobs where you just kind of do this, and then you eventually come down, and then you meet up with the main road again. Because I'm smart, because I'm going to take the detour, right? So I'm just going straight up, essentially, this national park, and it is a blizzard. They're closing down the highway ramps, they're closing all these things, but I'm still able to go through this national park, and that's just excellent. And so I ended up getting through halfway there, and then the road closes, and there's like a lodge, and there's one car there. The lights are all off. So I'm like, okay, well, here's the deal. I have I think it was less than 50 miles to go till I was empty completely, auxiliary and regular tank. My transmission, because the 68 RFE transmission is the best transmission in the whole wide world. It was at close to 300 degrees. I was going about 5 miles an hour at that point for weather and for my transmission temp. I'm sure it was like 5 degrees outside as it was snowing, but man, I was babying it. So I'm starting to go down. I had leveled off, and I was starting to go down through this national park, and essentially it's the wiggle worm around mountains. And so I'm going down and literally just hanging on for dear life. At this point, I was close to maxing out my logbook for the day at 14-hour total with the 11-hour day. And so I'm like, okay, so not only am I possibly going to fall off this mountain and slide off and die, I'm going to break my logbook. I'm going to blow up my transmission. I'm going to run out of fuel. I'm going to freeze to death. Like, everything was going absolutely wrong.
Perfect.
And so I ended up um, slowly getting out of there. Literally, I don't. I ended up getting out of that whole pass, and it was just an absolute nightmare the whole time. Had no cell service as well, so that was even better. But I finally got out of there, and I thought, I'm finally out of here. I can just relax. I can catch my breath. I'm not going to slide off the mountain. And then I start speeding up, and something comes flying across the road. And so I'm like, you know what? At this point, I don't even care what it is. I'm going to nail this sucker, whatever it is. I'm just going to keep going, and I'm not swerving for anything. I'm not going to be in the ditch. And so I'm pretty sure the fox that I hit, I think it was a fox, that thing, I hit it, I'm pretty sure with my grill, and then I definitely felt it on the dualies, and then the trailer as well was bouncing up and down. And I finally...
But what did it say? The fox.
Actually, I can't remember from that song. What does it even say? I can't remember.
Ding, 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 ding. Hachi, 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 ho.
I remember hearing that song a while ago, but yeah.
Ironically, the first time I heard that song was like 3 years ago.
Oh.
It was already old before I even heard about it.
Oh. Like, oh, that, I think he's referencing the song here. Anyways, I'm an idiot. So basically, I hit that fox, and I mean, he had a painful death. I don't think he survived that. I barely survived it. I pull into this town. There is like one stop sign, and the biggest parking lot in this whole place is like the bank parking lot. There's not even like a grocery store. And so I pull in there. I'm absolutely exhausted. I lay in on my air mattress bed, and I slowly start falling lower and lower and lower as my air mattress popped. And it had a seam line leak. And so I literally was so exhausted emotionally and mentally, and I was just done. I was like, you know what? I have a backup one, but I'm not going to go out and do this whole thing. It's like 5 degrees outside. I got some, I think it was either Loctite or I got some super glue or something crazy like that I had. And I patched the hole with tissues and that, whatever it was, patched it up. And I just died for that night. Literally, that was probably one of the scariest times and the most physically draining situation I've ever had, where I can't go on, but if I don't keep going, I'm in serious trouble. And so that was probably my scariest thing out on the road, that situation, and then the underpass or overpass situation for me. So anyways, that'll wrap it up for today, guys. Just wanted to have my friend here, having our trucks in the picture here, going through with some questions, and just wanted to give you a quick video. But hopefully you guys are having a great day today. Any last words from you, sir?
No, it was great to meet you, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let you talk
All
to
right, man.
guys.
All right, guys. Have a great day today, and see you next time. God bless.